Hello. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful day. I believe it is the 9th today. I don't know. I can't look at my phone. Where's my fucking date? Hey, it's the 9th. Go figure. Alright, that's cool. Yeah. So I got some shit kind of figured out here. For those who weren't watching my last couple videos, well, I don't know. They're pretty much cutting hours over at work now, so it's gonna be like impossible to make sure to get the appropriate amount of money to be able to pay off all the bills like I want to. So, aside from looking for just a secondary traditional job, which will be my secondary plan, I guess, just for the sake of getting more money, I'm literally going to try every physical app that I can find that would be in service for my state or location for methods of making money. You know, stuff like Uber Eats or fucking DoorDash, Uber, stuff like that, Lyft. Literally signed up for as many of them as I could. But, so here's the shit, right? A lot of cool ideas. You do all these, like, reviews and you're like, oh, wow, like, fucking Instacart sounds great, or this other fucking one. Well, what ends up happening is you sign up, and then after the fact you spend your time, you find out that they don't even deal with your area, or they'll say some bullshit like not currently hiring drivers, as if that's a fucking thing. You'll be put on like a waiting list and stuff. It's like, get out of here, man. So you can't just jump on that stuff. The first time I heard about that was like from TaskRabbit. I remember, TaskRabbit's just, from what I understand, not that I actually have an account with them because they don't currently accept applications, but it sounds like a bunch of, like, you do small tasks that don't even necessarily mean you have to be in a certain location, like just shit online. Kind of like, think Fiverr. Yeah, think like a Fiverr, but you just have limitation on how many people can be doing that shit. So it's just like, get the fuck out of here. Anyone can do data entry and crap like that. You shouldn't have to limit the pool that much. But I don't know. Probably method to the madness, Maybe I'm just bitching because I'm not on there originally. So, so far I haven't had a whole lot of stuff going on because really I signed up a lot of those on Friday, and the ones I was eligible for, they sent like little packages and stuff that you can check out. I believe Postmates worked, and one of the other ones, I don't remember which one specifically, but they both sent me a package in the mail, so I should be receiving that relatively soon, and then that'll have all my stuff to finish the process and try them out. And Grubhub, I just got a message from them today saying that I'm not on the wait list anymore, so I can finish my application. So, it's cool to go gung-ho and try to figure out if you can get all these things, all knock them out in one day, but there's a lot of twists and turns you have to make to try to make that happen. Now, one of the people I'm following on YouTube, his name's Matthew Lesko. Real smart guy when it comes to money and stuff, and he is a great source of information for finding information like, how to get grants from the government, money in general. You don't have to worry about paying back for education or getting skilled trade jobs and stuff like that. So that's another avenue I'm going to check out, because I'm a firm believer that, you can't just do the daily bullshit, I'm going to go to my job, I'm going to go home and just fucking act like an asshole to my wife or something. No, not everyone acts like an asshole to their wife, but you don't want to go home and just be a useless piece of shit, hang out on your fucking TV and or play video games and jerk off all day. You want to be an active member of society who actually provides some kind of service. So, whether that be entertainment, whatever, the fluffier things of the side of business, or if you're going to like actually provide something that could make people's lives every day more convenient. Now, I would prefer that second option, but whatever. I'll take whatever I can get at this point, and there's a lot of shit that I would like to work on when it comes to, I guess we'll say a side gig or whatever. I like making like comedic music and stuff. You know, I like writing books. I like providing insight and stuff like that. Honestly, if one of those would have picked off and the others weren't, I wouldn't be butthurt, you know? I'm not super partial to what it has to be because I've never really been able to decide what it is that I want the most. You know, I like the fluffy stuff too. I like, you know, trying to be an entertainer or something like that. The idea of that is just kind of like interesting, you know? Because even through comedy or through just entertainment in general, you can still provide valuable messages that can help people on a serious, deep level. But, you know, I would much rather be like an inventor, like actually creating stuff, revolutionizing the world. But, you know, I'm stuck in the trap right now where it's just like, oh, Mr. Ronistow's a marionette by all these fucking bills from the government and all this other dumb shit. So, he's got to find a way to fucking slam some more money in his life. So, that's why I'm doing some of these other things. And, you know, I don't know, I'll keep it real. I'll just kind of talk about this journey and adventure as I go along. And after I film, I mean, probably should be doing like tutorials and stuff on there so people can follow. But it's just like, there's enough tutorials and shit out there. I'll just say what I'm fucking doing. It's not that hard for you to sign up for a lot of these services. You just gotta know what they are, and I spent hours and hours and hours just looking and sifting through different companies. I saw this one list that was just like 50 side gig companies, and some of them, you know, there might not be something that makes sense for you, like Airbnb. Like, you might not be able to donate a portion of your house or something for people, you know, in exchange for money and like rent. And you might not be able to use your car for something like Uber, or maybe you don't have a car. Well, if you don't have a car, that makes it a lot difficult, because a lot of them are like delivery services. And from the ones that I saw that work the most for people is DoorDash, Instacart, Shipt, or if you like animals and so forth, you can get an account for something like Rover or Wag, which will allow you to walk people's dogs and house sit and stuff. And I need to figure out more for the house sitting, you know, just the house sitting, not the dogs, because there's a lot of liability when it comes to animals. And it's not that I wouldn't love working with animals, but, you know, it's an unnecessary risk. Like, if you could get paid the same amount for like babysitting a house or just taking care of the maintenance with no animals, then that could be very advantageous. Strictly for the fact that it's just like the house isn't going to bite you, you know? Well, most situations. Assuming this is a non-possessed, non-rickety ass house, it should be a lot easier than having to deal with, you know, living, breathing animals. I've had animals all my life. It's there's nothing wrong with it, but, you know, there's always more opportunity for error. Like, you don't know every single animal's demeanor, so you wouldn't want to accidentally get injured or accidentally injure another person's pet, because that's obviously very bad for business. So if you take out this living, breathing entity, this thing with emotions, you're not going to hurt the emotions of the house, so you have a lot more diversity when it comes to how you can go about that job, you know what I mean? Sweet, sweet, partial coffee. I didn't give up coffee completely. I mean, my fucking skin will break off a little bit, but fuck it. I don't really care. You know, I'll try to eat majority what makes sense, and then the rest I'll just kind of wing it. Nothing super crazy, but I'm not going to go super, super crazy with health either. I mean, I will, relatively, but I'm just getting out of a rant right now. So far it's been a very exciting weekend. You know, I signed up for a lot of those programs and got to try out a lot of them. I did some serious organization in my house because I feel that you need to have an organized environment for you to be able to function at your optimal level. And, geez, at least I've been keeping myself super busy, but either way, I've been doing things I said I wanted to do. And I had time to practice, like, my culinary arts, right, with, like, fermentation. And I made my own noodles the other day, like, supposedly healthier one with almond flour and stuff. Tastes like shit, but I just had to alter the recipe and try again. Whatever. But that's all I got for today. I'm not going to fuck around for too long. Hopefully you have a wonderful day or blah 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 blah.